All right, hey YouTube. I just wanted to put out another video explaining my experience with the Colorado Media School. About a week and a half ago, I called them up on the phone saying that I'm interested in a broadcasting career. I checked out your website. It looks really cool. Can I come in and talk to somebody? And the first red flag, that I had with this school was uh, she wanted me to come in immediately. And I told her I can't do that. She said, "Okay, what about tomorrow?" So I said, "Yeah, I mean, I can probably fit you in." Um, and then the next morning, she called me back and left me a message saying, "Hey, I hope you remember your appointment today," which sounded a little bit desperate and a little bit pushy, which kind of didn't sit well with me. But I decided, well, I'll give them a shot. So I show up to the school, and like immediately, uh, they're being really, really pushy about me getting in. So a couple of red flags. One, they gave me a thing saying their graduation rate was 78%, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me because they have a wall of fame for people who graduate and get jobs out in the community. And there's only like 30 people on the wall of fame who have gotten jobs from this place. But yet this place has been around for like 30 years. So they're telling me that like only one person gets a job out of this school a year. Like the numbers were not adding up to me. If you have a 78% success graduation rate, how is only one person getting a job a year? I guess that just didn't make a lot of sense to me. Also, she asked me during the tour that she was giving to me if I could start the next day. She said, "We got classes tomorrow. Can you start tomorrow?" And I told her no, because first off, I thought I was just touring the place. I wasn't going to make a decision immediately. I was going to give it some time. I don't want to jump into something that I'm not fully committed to. So I wanted some time to think it over, especially look at my schedule to see if that would work, because it's 3 days out of the week. I believe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I still needed to look at my schedule, maybe move some things around. So I couldn't tell her, that yeah, I can 100% do this, because just on my schedule alone, I don't know if I can make this work. Just because it was so abrupt, I didn't know she was gonna have me start classes immediately. So yeah, she wanted me to start immediately, and I told them no. So they weren't very happy with me once I said that, but they had me sit down and fill out the financial paperwork and so, well, not the paperwork, but the financial aid and stuff. I had to give them my information about when I worked at Subway, how long I worked at Subway, and stuff like that. And but I had a bad feeling about it, because so the course is only 8 months long, right? So it's 3 days a week for 8 months. So how much learning are you really getting out of this place? I just, it's hard to I think learn everything and get the confidence and build up a resume and stuff like that in the course of 8 months, 3 days out of a week. So they're really just pushing the stuff out there. And the place wasn't that big. I mean, it was maybe the size of a rich person's house. I mean, it was 2 stories, but I mean, it was a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, because their website makes it look like it's a big campus and they have lots of people there, but it was a very, very small school. And that's another thing that concerned me, because, if you're doing as well as you say you are, why isn't there, hundreds of people? Why do you have a class of, 5 people? It just so I went through with it. I did the tour, but then at the end, when she took me back into the office, she told me, "Well, we're already at this point. Why don't you just sign the enrollment papers?" And I told her I won't still want to make sure that this is something I want to do. I want to look over the brochure, look at my schedule, make sure it's going to work. And she didn't like that. I think she was counting on me to sign those enrollment papers, and she got really, really nasty when I didn't. She started saying stuff like, "Well, I don't know why you want to back out now. You sounded so confident on the phone." And she said something like, "Well, if you walk out the door, I'm not going to take you seriously, and nobody's going to take you seriously because, you're not doing anything with your life." And she started saying like really nasty things to me, like making me feel bad that I didn't sign these enrollment papers. So I drew the line there. I said, these people are obviously way too pushy. I'm going to be making payments for essentially nothing. I mean, they have some rooms with some microphones in it. So I'm like, so I'm going to be paying $160 a month to use a microphone. I mean, I like, what are you really learning? And they wouldn't tell me. I said, well, is there like a chart of which classes I would have on which days? They said, no, just, just show up on, your first day and, we'll get you in your classes. I'm like, I want to know what classes I'm going to each day. I am mildly OCD and I like to know what I'm doing, when I'm doing it. I like to be very, very organized. So the fact that I'm just supposed to show up and la-di-da, just go to a class, no. If I'm going to be paying for a class essentially just to use a microphone, that just seems like a waste of money to me. And so a lot of red flags with that school. And I'm going to wrap this up. But basically, I did not like the Colorado Media School. I decided, since she told me that nobody's going to take me serious, I went home and I started a YouTube channel. And that's why I've been posting YouTube videos to get my product out there, to get my voice recorded, to get comfortable in front of a camera and a microphone. That's why I use this microphone, even though it's not a real microphone. It's not attached to anything. I just want to get into the habit and get comfortable in front of a microphone, in front of a camera, and get some experience without the school, telling me that essentially I'm a loser because I didn't sign with the school and I'm not making payments with them. So that's why I didn't go to the school. That's why I'm doing what I do right now. And I eventually want to get an opportunity with a team, whether that be a high school team, a professional team. I just want something. I do want to take this very seriously, and I am making steps in order to do that. Say, if you look at my first video of when I did the starting lineups for the Chicago Bulls, go to my YouTube channel and look at the first video, I don't think it's the first video. It was my first announcement video. And then compare it to the one I just did today. In just a 1 week's time, you can see a huge improvement. So I feel like if I keep at this and I keep practicing, I'm only going to get better. I think I've gotten a whole lot better in just a week, just trying to figure out what works for me and what doesn't. And, even if I look stupid or sound stupid saying one thing, you never know unless you try. So that's why I'm getting these videos out, for the experience and the practice, and to eventually get better at this art and craft. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys next time.